I don't believe in ghosts. I never have. I believe in grief, trauma, psychology, and maybe a bit of mass hysteria, but not ghosts. Which exactly why I agreed to spend 3 nights alone in a house people refuse to even look at. It started with a letter, a crumpled envelope sent anonymously to the magazine I write for. Inside was one line. You think you're smarter than death? Prove it. Go see the widow. Attached was a yellowed newspaper clipping from 1923, the headline smeared with age. Famous painter's suicide sparks rumors of cursed portraits. It felt like Pate and Die Pit. Ayer, Massachusetts, middle of nowhere. Winter had swallowed the roads whole, and the GPS lost signal 5 miles out. I had to hike the last stretch on foot. By the time I reached the farmhouse, snowflakes were the size of moths, and the wind was howling like it was trying to keep me out. The house looked like it had been grown rather than built. Warped wood, shutters hanging limp like broken wings. I expected to find the place padlocked, but the front door creaked open at my touch. That should have been my first warning, but instead, I stepped inside. The air was dry and sharp, filled with the scent of long rotten wood and mildew. Dust layered everything: tables, chairs, old portraits turned to face the walls. A fireplace stood cold and unused. Above it, a crooked frame that held nothing but peeling canvas. I unpacked my gear: sleeping bag, recorder, flashlight, and camera. There was no power, but I didn't come for comfort. I came to document, to investigate, to debunk. The widow's story was a local legend. Eleanor Reed, a painter known for capturing souls in oil. After her husband died in a haunting accident, she lost her mind, or so they say. She painted portraits of those she hated, and days later, they'd vanish. One day she painted herself. Then she hung herself in the attic. That's how the story goes. The townsfolk say she still lingers, that anyone who finds her last unfinished painting ends up joining it. I'd heard 1,000 stories like it. Every town has its ghosts. But this one felt different. Because the house wasn't just abandoned, it felt avoided. Day 1. That night I walked through the house with a flashlight, found the kitchen, cabinets filled with shattered china. The living room had a broken phonograph, records melted by time, and the walls were filled with frames turned around, as if the portraits were ashamed. Then I found it, a large canvas standing in the dining room, veiled in a thick white tarp. I didn't uncover it, not that night, but I felt it, like it was watching me, even covered. Day 2. I woke up to scratching, soft like nails against wood. I grabbed my flashlight, half expecting a raccoon, but there was nothing, except the tarp was crumbled on the floor, and the painting was uncovered. An unfinished portrait, a man's face, only half done. The eyes were hollow, the mouth smeared. The brushstrokes were recent, too recent. The oil wasn't even dry. That's when I noticed the resemblance. The nose, the hairline, the face was starting to look like mine. I laughed it off. Maybe I'd done it in my sleep. Sleepwalking, maybe. But the laughter felt forced and hollow. I recorded my thoughts into my voice recorder. Subject appears to be partially painted. Could be psychological suggestion. Will continue observing. I tried to leave. I really did. But the front door, it was gone. Not locked. Not blocked. Gone. The hallway ended in a wall. Night 2, I found a journal in the study. Leather-bound, brittle. Eleanor's handwriting, sharp and angular like it was scratching, not written. They think grief is silent, but mine screams. They took him from me, so I'll take them one stroke at a time. I hear him whispering when I paint. He tells me who to take next. I should have felt fear. Instead, I felt understood. Grief does strange things. My brother died chasing a ghost story in Maine. Everyone said it was suicide, but I know better. I came here to prove him wrong, to prove all of it wrong. But the painting, by midnight, the face looked just like me. It was me. Eyes wide, mouth parted slightly, like it was trying to scream. Day 3. I found the tapes in the attic, cassette recordings. I rigged an old tape player with batteries and sat down, crackling. Then a voice. If you are hearing this, she is choosing you, just like she chose me. Don't look at the painting. Don't speak her name. She feeds off attention, of disbelief. She only haunts the skeptics, the ones who try to erase her. The painting finishes when you break, when you finally believe. I dropped the tape. The attic door slammed shut. That night, the painting smiled. I saw her. Not a shadow, not a flicker, but her, standing at the edge of the hallway, thin bones visible through gray skin, hair matted with paint and blood. Her mouth was smeared with red, her eyes open, unblinking, furious. She didn't move. She didn't need to. I blinked, and she was closer. The final night. I haven't eaten. I haven't slept. The painting's done. Completely finished. It's me, but the expression isn't. It's not fear. It's realization. A kind of horror I didn't know existed. My voice recorder plays back things I didn't say. Like this. Daniel, you're just like the others, but you are the last. After you, I rest. I tried burning the painting. It wouldn't catch. I smashed it with a chair. The canvas bled. I am not alone anymore. She speaks to me when I blink. She's in the walls now, in the mirrors, in the creak of the stairs at night. I see faces in every reflection. My brothers, and mine.
3 weeks later, the farmhouse was inspected by local authorities after reports of strange noises. They found nobody, no sign of Daniel Wright, only a portrait, perfectly preserved. A man's face, mouth frozen in a scream, as if realizing something too late. The canvas is now covered again, but sometimes in the dark, you can hear scratching behind it.